Hello, my name is Martha, and I welcome you to my culinary channel. Today, I'll show you a recipe for making a delicious apple strudel. I already have a strudel recipe on my channel using ready-made puff pastry, but this time I decided to make a traditional strudel. The dough for this pie is made very simply. Just 3 ingredients: flour, vegetable oil, and warm water. Take 2 cups of flour, add a 1/4 cup of vegetable oil and a 1/4 cup of warm water. Knead into a smooth, homogeneous dough. While I'm kneading the dough, write in the comments from which city you're watching this video. I'm always interested in getting to know my viewers better. Also, don't hesitate to like and subscribe to the channel. Your support is very important and pleasant for me. Wrap the dough in plastic wrap or a cellophane bag and let it rest for 30 minutes at room temperature. While the dough is resting, let's prepare the filling. We need 6 to 7 ripe, aromatic apples. I recommend choosing from varieties with a bit of tartness. Such apples don't fall apart during baking, but hold their shape. I like the contrast of sour apples and sweet dough. If you use sweet apples, the flavor isn't as interesting. Peel the apples and cut them into small cubes. What I love about this pie is that the dough comes out incredibly thin. Essentially, it just holds the shape of the apples. And practically 100% of the attention goes to the filling. This combination of apples, cinnamon, intriguing spices, and raisins ultimately creates a festive, absolutely incredible flavor. It's a fantastic way to delight your guests, or treat yourself on a day off when you're craving some homemade, delicious, warm baking. Add the sugar. I prefer not to use a large amount of sugar in my recipes. So just a little sugar. Then 1 teaspoon of cinnamon and squeeze the juice from half a lemon. To prevent the apples from darkening, and if they're not acidic enough, it adds that essential tang to the pie. Gently mix the filling and let it sit for a bit. We carefully toast the nuts in a dry pan without any oil. This simple but crucial technique unlocks their rich aroma and enhances their flavor. The nuts start to slightly change color and release a subtle, pleasant smell, a sign they are becoming crispy and more flavorful. The key is to stay attentive because nuts can easily burn and turn bitter. Use a pan with a thick bottom and stir the nuts constantly in small batches for an even toast. We add the toasted nuts to the sliced apples. Their crunch and aroma perfectly complement the fresh apples. To make the filling juicier and more interesting, you can add dried cranberries and raisins, which have been soaked in boiling water for a few minutes beforehand. This not only softens the berries, but also enhances their natural sweetness. This mix creates a perfectly balanced flavor: the tartness of apples, the sweetness of raisins and cranberries, and the nutty crunch, true harmony. Next, to our mixture of apples, nuts, and dried berries, we add 1 spoonful of starch. This simple ingredient plays an important role. It gently binds the juice released by the apples and berries during baking, making the filling thick and tender without excess liquid. Starch doesn't alter the flavor but improves the texture, helping the pie hold its shape and stay beautiful when sliced. It's best to use corn or potato starch. They create different thicknesses, so you can experiment to find the one that suits you best. Now we take the dough we prepared earlier and carefully roll it out into a thin, almost transparent layer. It's important to do this evenly and gently so the dough doesn't tear. A thin layer will give our pastry a delicate texture and a crispy crust after baking. Rolling out the dough is like laying the foundation for a little masterpiece, since the evenness of the layer affects the flavor and appearance of the final product. Sprinkle a small amount of flour on your work surface so the dough doesn't stick, and use a wooden rolling pin. It's best for delicate work. Do you prefer rolling dough yourself or using ready-made? Sometimes it's a true ritual that can be turned into a pleasure. Now we take the rolled out dough and generously brush it with melted butter. This step gives our future pastry a delicate flavor and helps create a beautifully golden and crispy crust. After the buttery layer, we gently sprinkle breadcrumbs over the dough. They absorb excess juice from the apples and prevent the dough from becoming soggy, maintaining the perfect texture. A tip for our dear home cooks: choose good quality, additive-free breadcrumbs with a dry crumb. They work best for this purpose. We place our fragrant mixture of apples and nuts onto the prepared dough, carefully spreading it in the center. It's important to leave free edges of the dough. These will make wrapping the filling easier and neater, preventing anything from spilling out during baking. This approach helps keep all the juiciness inside and creates a tidy pie shape. Avoid adding too much filling to prevent the dough from tearing, ensuring the pie turns out light and airy. We carefully roll the entire filling together with the dough into a roulade, making sure not to tear the thin dough. It's important to do this slowly and gently, slightly folding the edges inward to create a tight, neat roll. This care helps keep the filling juicy and prevents it from leaking during baking. After all, the beauty and taste of pastry depend on the details. If the dough feels too thin or elastic, you can slightly moisten the edges with water. This helps seal it better. We carefully transfer the prepared rolls onto a baking tray lined with parchment paper. This prevents sticking and makes cleanup easier. Then we generously brush the surface of the rolls with melted butter to achieve a beautiful golden crust with an appetizing shine. After that, we place the tray into a preheated oven and bake for about 30 minutes until the rolls become fluffy and nicely browned. A tip for home cooks: if you want an extra crispy crust, you can turn on the grill function a few minutes before they're done. Do you prefer your crust soft and tender or more crispy? Share your preferences. Our delicious apple strudel is ready. Its aroma fills the whole house with warmth and coziness, creating that special feeling of home comfort. There's nothing better than enjoying fresh, homemade baked goods with a cup of your favorite tea. It's a moment of true pleasure and heartfelt calm. Homemade baking is always special. It carries care and love you won't find in store-bought treats. I recommend serving this apple strudel with a scoop of ice cream. The cold, creamy ice cream perfectly complements the warm pie. Or you can make a creamy sauce from whipped cream and mascarpone. It will add softness and a light creamy touch to the dessert. Thank you so much for watching, for your likes and comments. I would be delighted if you check out my other recipes from the Apple playlist. See you soon and happy cooking!